like, share, subscribe.
Hi, David Odell here with Odell Complete Concrete. This is part 6 of an 8-part series at this same location. And what we're going to be focusing on today is a raised planter bed in front of the house. It's going to be 1 foot high raised planter bed because this house is 18 inches above grade. It has a crawl space under it. We're able to do that. Now, if your house is setting on a slab on grade, I don't recommend this because the water is going to infiltrate the wall of your house. Because this is raised, it's against concrete foundation, so you're all right as long as you don't come above the vents, because you do have crawl space vents. Those have to be clear, otherwise you're going to get a lot of moisture issues under the house, mold, mildew, stuff like that. But we're going to do this. What we're going to do on the on top of the block, the raised block planter, we're going to do some stone ledger, mountain stone Silverton. And then on top of that, against the house, we're going to do a wainscot seal, white cloudy. And then on top of the block wall itself, we're going to do a colonial precast cap with a sand wash finish.
Alright, so we have all of our block cut in half for the planter wall we're going to be installing over there. And I did that so that they're 4-inch blocks, and then I also have 8-inch blocks. So that gives me 1 foot. The planter bed's gonna be about, the planter block wall is gonna be about 1 foot. So we got the irrigation set up. We're gonna be running it under the footing of the planter bed wall that we're gonna be putting up right now, or soon. We got a little bit more things to run, but yeah, we don't want to be digging under a footing, so we made sure to get these guys set in before we do this planter wall. We're also going to start running some irrigation, some electrical, where Edgar is digging out right over there. We're going to shoot it this way, right into this planter bed area, because we're going to have some lights casting onto this front face house right here. And that'll look really nice.
Now here's to get started. Your first course of block, he's going to do a 4 high. You could actually get the blocks in 4 high, but you know, it's going to cost you more money. You could get a whole block, an 8-inch block, for the same cost as a 4-inch high. So you split these into, split an 8 in half, and you get 2 for the price of 1. Now they have some pre-mixed bags of concrete. They're going to mix that up by hand in a wheelbarrow. They've already dug out the footings for this raised planter. They're just going to shovel it in place. They're going to wet set that first 4-inch block they cut. And then by the time they get that first course set, it'll be ready to go ahead and build on. Since they're only going 2 block high, this foundation doesn't have to be real hard to support 2 blocks.
Alright, so as I'm setting the first block, I'm just squaring it with the house. Looks like I'm on the money. But this block is still a little wet, or all of this is a little wet still, so we gotta wait till it hardens up before we can set.
Now they're just making sure they set that first corner block square with the house, so that return is straight at the side of the house.
Yeah, set up right in that corner right there. Basically, like this is where the block's gonna be, on the inside right here. Maybe just shovel that one in. All right, so we have all the stone. Just picked up all the stone. And the trailer. Get some El Dorado stone. This is a mountain ledge, Silverton. That's the style. And then we also do, for the seal, we're gonna be using these wainscots. It's white cloud. These guys right here. That will be the top caps, basically, on the panels. We also got some nice corner pieces to make the corners come out really clean. Let me take you over to the house where we're gonna be doing everything. So I used the laser level, put on my papers right there, marked out the house. Once I marked out the house where we were gonna be setting everything, marked it from end to end, snapped a chalk line on it. We're gonna be stopping right below the window, right there. Here's the seal. This is kind of what it's gonna look like. So it'll go just like that. We're also gonna be doing all the mountain ledge panels on the cinder block here and over here. You can see the blue chalk we have marked over here as well. That is the top height that we're going to be going to. And we're also going to be putting all of it on the cinder block. So we're going to start prepping out, getting ready. We're going to put a 2x4 at the bottom, attach it to the house, so that when we start stacking the panels on top of each other, they don't try slipping down or sliding on us. Very important to do that. So we're going to be using these 2x4s, attaching them to the house. What else we're going to be doing is we're going to be using concrete glue, this Versabond, which is thin set, and spec mix. We're going to be mixing all three of those together to make the perfect blend to attach all the stone and panels to the house. Careful! Don't step on this. Alright, so here's the board that we're placing at the bottom so that when we start setting our stone, they don't try sagging on us at all. I don't know if you know, Omar, but we film all of our jobs, and we did a big paver job with your uncle. And my uncle. All right, so we're mixing up the cement right now. We got the thin set. We're doing about half bag of thin set, 2 or 3 scoops of the spec mix, mixing it in there, and then we're doing a little bit of the concrete glue, which is right here.
Look at.
Oh, she saw it, huh?
You
look like a superstar.
There's a more important to the first one.
Oh yeah.
After the first one, making more.
So for the stone fascia on the wall, it's already been pre-laid out, so you can just grab from the pile and set it up there, so it all fits nicely. Here's a little ledger plate going in. This is what's going to support that first row of ledger stone attaching to the house. And this is just a temporary piece of wood to hold it from sagging while the thin set dries. The blue chalk line on the wall represents the top of the wainscot seal. You notice the concrete's already been poured, and that was in a different part of this series, showing the stamped driveway going in, so you could always go back in time, check out some of the previous videos within this series to see that stamped driveway go in. After each row of stone that he lays on there, he double checks it with level and then throws wedges underneath wherever need be. You see, because these stones are so irregular, that's why you have to check every layer and make some minor adjustments as you go up. Now we're going to start on the cap for the block wall. And these are precast concrete caps, colonial concrete cap, sand wash finish. And they come with pre-made corners. So that's where you'll want to start on your corners. You get both corners on both ends, then you can pull a string line across and fill in the middle. Because this wall's not quite 2 feet out, or 2 feet out from the house, there's going to be a cut here to get the end wall in.
Don't get too close, because it will get blurry. Yeah.
On the caps, there's going to be a really small grout line on those. Not like the spacing, like it's not a 3/8 that you would see on a block wall, but it's probably down to about an 1/8 inch. So you're going to want to use an unsanded grout for something like that.
There, don't get too close because it does blur when you're too close.
There it is, right?
Yeah, I think that's it, huh? That was good.
Yeah.
Hang around the corner.
See, they have the string line's tied right to the inside edge of that cap. On the bottom of that raised planer here, on the front face that they've started doing the ledger stone, they put another plate fastened another 2x4 plate to support the ledger stone to the wall while the thin set dries. Now we're at the front of the house. The other part was on the side of the garage. Now we have the concrete cap going on top of the front planer wall. The whole face of the wall right here of the front of the house is also going to get covered with the same ledger stone. They're going to work that ledger stone all the way around the vents. The vents will be left open. The ledger stone will just work around them. They've already fastened a little plate to the wall to support the stone from sagging as they start climbing the wall. And now what we're showing here is the wainscot seal going on. This is the final step in this decorative wall fascia. You can see the bullnose step, the stamped concrete. Well, we did that in a previous video of this series, and if you had watched that video, you'd know that bottom bullnose had collapsed during the stripping process. And you can see it's on there now, and it's looking pretty good. So it worked, and everybody's walking up and down on it, and it's not falling off. So they were able to salvage that. So that mountain stone Silverton's looking real good on the wall there. Now they just set a support, 2x4 support at the bottom. Now they're going to start adhering it to the wall, working around the vents. And you'll notice that they lay it out on the floor, on the ground first, in the pattern that fits best. So it's kind of a irregular pattern, so you don't get the same pieces side by side, and it's a lot easier to pull from them when you have it displayed like this. We also have a vinyl gate going up on the side there, and that's going to be in a different video of this series, the vinyl fencing. This ledger stone is going to come up about halfway on that front window. Well, not quite half. Now on the bottom, on the raised planter bed, precast concrete cap, they're starting to grout that now. Here's the wainscot seal going up on the top, the finishing touch on the decorative wall covering. Here's your finished product. Turned out really nice. And this is how you do it. If you ever want to do one of these, now you can. You can see the sods in now, which will be in another part of this series, how to install irrigation and sod. Low voltage lighting's already in, drip system in the planter beds. That wraps up this video anyway. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. That way you'll be notified as soon as we upload.